if we should, but it's a good sign. Everything's working. Okay, so this video is gonna kind of be like one of them talking, ranting kind of videos. Yeah, finally decided to put the bottoms onto this raincoat because I'm gonna wash excavator tracks today. Yeah, what fun. You know what? I don't care what you guys think. I really don't care. I don't. Just like this piece of equipment, you know, that we used to use to pull behind the disc, but we don't disc no more because we don't want to disturb the soil. We just run that Salford over it, lightly scratch it, break up the trash no more than we have to plant. And we basically just drag this thing around and roll in the hayseed because, you know, again, you let the hayseed on top of the ground and it gets washed away. Then you've just spent all that money for no good reason, okay? So that is why we pull a quarter packer behind the John Deere 4020 or 6120, okay? Because again, you got to get the hayseed worked in the ground, and or else it'll just erode and wash away, and that is not very good at farming because that's money lost. Yep, that's money lost. Okay, just like, you know, this whole thing I saw in the news last night, what little I do pay attention to news, because honestly, I don't care. I really don't, you know, but something just caught my mind, and that was that quack, Bernie Sanders. Yeah, because he wants to make the work week a 32-hour work week instead of 40, but I want to pay, you know, still for 40 hours. That's the biggest bunch of garbage I ever heard in my life. Whatever. This is the reason why, you know, we're in a mess that we're in now, is because, you know, we're teaching people how to be lazy. We've gone from teaching them how to be lazy to teaching them how to be lazier, okay? And that's just the sad reality. You know, I don't know what political party I am. I don't really give two shits. I don't. Because it's corrupt, and yeah, it's aggravating. Yeah, that's why when I'm in here by myself working and I see that, a musical playing box looking thingy is turned to the news, I turn it off. I get mad when, you know, people are in here and they like listening to the news, because you know what? The news is depressing. Yup. It's depressing, and I will fight them all day long on that until you know, they're blue in the face from arguing with me, because I am right. I am right that the news is depressing. You know, I don't get why we have to watch the news at dinner time and all that, because again, it's depressing. I actually enjoy sitting and eating my dinner as a family, you know, because Dad says, "Oh, the news is too depressing." Why do you still watch it then? you know. You got a tablet that, you know, you can look the weather up on and everything. Yeah, I get it. We're supposed to, you know, as, you know, we're, these people that just, oh, you know, you're not supposed to, you know what's going on out in the world. How are you supposed to know what grain prices are doing and stuff like that? Yeah, I know they're not going to tell you on the TV, but, you know, with all the technology we got nowadays, you know, with your, you know, smartphones and things like that, I can look up the weather for the area. 51 degrees, 47 degrees, and cloudy. It was supposed to be foggy out. Okay. Oh, cloudy. But you know what? It's raining. Oh, it's going to rain for the next, you know, couple hours or so, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm not going to go make hay. You know, that's the joy of, you know, having, you know, these picture fancy video taking, recording, audio playing, picture taking devices that you can look that kind of stuff up instead of having to rely on the media, which the media is corrupt anyhow. Yeah, there's no other farmer like me out there that will tell you how it is. I mean, yeah, I just had to back that up, but oh well, I don't care. I really don't. And the fact of the matter is that nobody likes me. Well, you know what? Screw you. I don't care. You know, I don't. When I started YouTube, I never thought that you could make money off YouTube, but there are things that have happened that you don't need to know about, that only a handful of people know. Not even that. Not even as many people that I have fingers on my hands for, okay? Actually know the real reason, okay? And that is the way that it's going to be because, you know, it is what it is. And I just discovered that we got some leaking stuff on the 4020 again. What? I don't know, because that area was dry yesterday when I backed this tractor in. Yes, that is like that because that is whatever. I don't know anything. I'm not allowed to have an opinion or anything like that. So this is where we're getting ready to grind feed. What is that? Looks like instructions to something that we don't need. So this is how we're going to do it for a while until that bin on the far end is done. That is going to be 10,000 bushel instead of 7,500 bushel, where that little guy is right there, right where the tarp is, that little square right next to it. That is going to be, that is the unload auger where it was. Gonna move it over in the middle more, make it easier for our grinder to get underneath the unload auger, or the load auger, I mean. But this is how we have to do things for a while until that is done, and that hopper on the grinder will not reach under this auger here. I think they're gonna redo this one as well. They're gonna make this yeah, they're gonna make that come out and out further. You'd maybe utilize this area here for that, since this is gonna be moved over there. They're gonna take the door, move it over a little bit, put the unload auger right underneath of it so that we can kind of use it as a step to get in the bin and take that stupid window out of that bin, because why do you need a window anyhow? Put an actual door in a darn thing like the other two brand new bins have. So that is what is going to have to happen, and this is how we're going to have to do things for a while. So it's just the way that things are going to have to be. I am fortunate enough to hit that center first time. I have been not so fortunate to hit that the first time, and it looks like I am maybe just a little bit off, but it's okay. Once we start getting it full, we can move the tractor back and forth, fill the wagon evenly front to back. But first off, we will have to probably end up grinding 2 loads of steer feed. So we'll just let the grinder, or let the wagon in one spot, let the wagon underneath of it, flip the little chute down there. Or what we have done before is we have just slid the hopper around underneath and just let the corn run out the door without even flipping the chute down. But you know, it is how it is, and what works for our operation might not work for somebody else. But you know, it is what it is. This grinder, I believe it's a 1985 or 1980 New Holland 355. And I tell you what, it's a lot better than a farmhand. That other older grinder that we had, this is the load auger, which I was talking about, how ruh-roh. Oh well, we'll just have to remember to move that block there ahead a little bit so we don't back into the pallet and break open a bag. I don't know what we're going to start with first, but you know, at least we're all hooked up and ready to rock and roll. Got our scales hooked up. That's what that black cord there is, going into this power supply here, so that way we don't have to mess around with the alligator clips no more. And that drive shaft there is what powers this grinder mixer. Didn't really do a whole lot today. Like I said, I washed excavator tracks this morning. We ground feed. You guys saw with the wagon. Didn't really video the grinding process because, let's face it, you can only video something so many times before people get bored and they just get tired. Okay, but we got the feed ground and we made a mess. There was a piece of rubber that we tried swinging the auger around backwards and backing up to the grinder, having the grinder here, having the auger go out the back, and when the auger went around back, there was a piece of rubber in there that blocked the flow of feed, and we didn't realize it until it was too late and had feed run over. But we got it cleaned up. That is for the steer feed bin right there, but we got it all cleaned up. This John Deere 4020, it's all done, all clean, and well, it's going to get put in the shop because it's got a problem with starting hard, and I don't exactly know how old these batteries are, but they are old. They're old, like, I don't know, 6 years old, I think, or I could be wrong, and maybe 4 years old them batteries are, but they're old. I seen guys hillbilly their battery compartments up, you know, stick them out here, put one big deep cycle. I think they're D batteries. They got one battery sitting right here. They make a tray out of these 4 holes or 3 holes, whichever you want, and they just have their battery sitting there. Well, what's wrong with leaving it the way that it was from factory with the battery covers? Now this one here, it's a bit of a pain in the bahookie because of this here. I'm actually thinking about maybe suggesting we cut this little bit of a notch out here, because your step ain't gonna, or your battery box ain't gonna open all the way up here. It's just gonna open, you know, however much further it needs to go to get the battery out. which is not going to be all the way back here, but somewhere's within here. So we can just probably cut this little guy out here and leave this here for support, which that would cure that problem. No, we're not going to hillbilly this thing up. Like I said, we're just going to deal with it, live with it, and if you guys think that's a bad idea, cutting that out, leaving this here to kind of support things, why, I don't know. It is what it is, but we're not going to hillbilly the tractor up with putting a battery right here because, well, it's not factory. It's not, okay? And we want to keep this all original, which the thing should turn right over. Well, it would help if you give it some fuel first off. Just like that. So, it's not a bad tractor. We just, like I said, don't want to go and hillbilly the thing up. And what the heck is that? Oh no, did somebody touch that with yellow paint? I don't know, I hope not. I don't know, it don't line up with the hood though. I don't know, but like I said, we're not gonna go hillbilly the thing up with putting a battery box out here or anything like that. Yes, them things do rot out. I don't think you can put rubber in them because it would take up about like maybe that much height difference, and then you would not be able to get your ground cables on the battery and slide the battery out. I don't know, but yes, they do rust out, I believe. I don't remember if it was this tractor or the 3010 we had to buy new battery boxes for. But, yeah, we're just going to leave it like it is. And that is the end of that. Just like that four-wheeler, I see a bunch of these on the Honda Rancher Facebook group that I'm in that are just all, you know, lifted, big snorkels on them and all that. I don't need it. I don't need that kind of stuff because I don't want to goober my machine up. I don't want to. The only thing that it has goobered up on it is a light, or a LED light in the front. And that's the only reason, the only thing that's goobered up. It came with this, a trickle charger, okay? It came with that. The rear basket can be taken off in a matter of seconds. All it requires is just snipping some zip ties, but that is why they give you this, so that way if you have something like this on the back end, you can get to that battery relatively easy and not have to remove your rear accessory. So that is why, you know, we like to keep things stock. Plus it'll help the resale value too. If I go to sell this thing with under 400 miles or 400 hours, yay to me.